do you say? They haven't played since opening day.
And we are live here from the SWBL Wiffle Ball semifinals. We've got the number 2 seeded Yankees against the number 3 seeded Astros.
Is it the semifinals or the semifinals?
Semifinals. And to my right, we have Ed Lodanen, veteran of this classically acclaimed media booth that we have here.
I believe you and I have the record for most games called together.
Yes. We are kind of like Wainwright and Molina. Most games called in SWBL broadcasting
Of course,
history.
yeah, thanks for coming.
That's the voice of our commissioner, Sam. He's getting all up in our way, trying to figure out a way to make his phone less hot.
Yes. And, you know, in this matchup, we got a lot of storylines to think about. We have the Yankees facing off against their former player, John Callaway, who's currently at bat. And rumor has it these two teams just don't like each other. There's a lot of hatred.
Bad blood.
And John rips one to right
into
Scott's
hands.
So that's Scott. And
we're far back away here, and they are switching clothes constantly. You never can tell.
You never can tell.
The other thing here that you have to notice is that I believe you played a little bit of a part in John Callaway leaving the Yankees. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I do not know what you are talking about.
All right, as Jackson throws another ball into Cam's backside. You got to think that's going to hurt. Those are going to accumulate.
I agree. I think that's part of the strategy, kind of like in MMA when they constantly kick that shin.
Oh, yeah.
Just to swell it up.
Whenever I play it's a big cut from Cam. Whenever I play the MMA games on Xbox, I like to just kick the same leg over and over again because it's so funny to see somebody knocked out by a leg injury. Yes. Those games are incredibly underrated, by the way.
I've never played those games.
They're very, very fun.
Now, Edlo, if you were to give a scouting report on the pitcher, Jackson Crosley, what words would you describe his style of pitching?
Let me tell you something. So Jackson Crosley coming off another Cy Wiffle. The thing that makes him so good and unique and hard to hit is that you never know what pitch is coming. He has 4 pitches he can throw for a strike and 5 pitches total. The last pitch, you don't know when it's going to come, and sometimes you swing at it because it's insane. He's got a knuckleball, he's got a curveball, he's got a slurve ball, he's got a slider. He really is one of the just most consistently befuddling guys. That pitch came in, I think, at 35 miles an hour.
The gun had 34. You're right on.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so he's just really hard to hit. I mean, it's just a guessing game with Jackson.
All right. Well, then let's hear about the other side. Tell us the scouting report on this pitcher that's pitching for the Yankees right now.
Okay, so this pitcher is pitching for the Yankees is Jackson Crosley. And the thing about Jackson is that he is just so incredibly hard to hit. He's got 5 different pitches, 6 actually, that he can hit for a strike. And every single pitch comes at a different speed. So I faced off Jackson many times, I would say hundreds, thousands maybe at this point, and I always get the better of him, but he does give a great matchup every time he pitches.
And another pitch to Cole Layton here. Cole is the brother to Cam Smith, who's on first base. Now, this is the Astros' first appearance ever in the playoffs. You have to wonder if the mystique of the playoffs may get to their head.
They've never had this much pressure, that's for sure. And it's pretty interesting how they went from, as Cole takes a ball that's played very easily by Scott.
That's Scott. And that'll take us to the bottom half of this first inning. Continue, please.
Cole and Cam look nothing alike to me.
Nothing alike.
They don't look like.
And they have 2 different last names, which makes you think that maybe they have different parents.
I think there might be something there. We'll investigate it later after the break. This break is brought to you by Hostess.
Hostess is the baker with the mostest.
That's correct. Frosted powdered donuts are fantastic. So who do you think on this Yankees offense is your difference maker? Who do you think is going to decide this game for them?
The player that decides this game for me is Jackson Crosley on the mound and in the batter's box. The other player that will decide this game is Sam if he doesn't move out of the way and allow us to watch the game.
It's very difficult to watch this game when there are just too many people standing in your way. David Olderman. David Olderman's got some real stinky stuff.
Yeah, I would describe it as stanky. I would describe it as stuff.
He puts a little cheese on that burrito, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Speaking of burritos, are you Qdoba or Chipotle?
Let me tell you, if I was a Qdoba guy, I'd be divorced. Chipotle rules in our household. We have it 2 times a week. Actually, let me tell you, last week I waited for an hour and 20 minutes outside of a Chipotle for my order to be fulfilled.
What do you get when you go to Chipotle?
I get a burrito bowl with a tortilla on the side, or wrap it up, and I put it in a cast iron skillet and toast the outside of it as
Do you really?
Scott legs out a single. Yes. You get a burrito on the side, you fill it full of the bowl, and then you wrap it up and put it on the cast iron.
Can't they do all of those things for you there?
No. It took me an hour and 20 to just get a bowl and a burrito on the tortilla on the side.
Why did it take so long?
I don't know, but once you get 40 minutes in, what are you going to leave?
I
You
agree.
waited 40 minutes, you burned it, and you don't know when it's going to come. So it's like it could be 41, it could be 42. But I told
There was just that long of a line?
no, it was just there was a lot of outside orders.
That's
So I told my
insane.
wife I will never ever go pick up from there again. It's delivery or nothing.
Yes.
What about you? Are you Chipotle?
I'm a Qdoba guy.
Well, so here's the thing. I think if I wasn't married to who I was married to, I would be a Qdoba guy. I really do think I like their ingredients and their queso much better.
Yeah, the queso's much better. I'm a fan of the beef. It's probably not as healthy, which is probably why I like it more.
Sure,
It's probably got a little grease or something in there.
I would believe so. I think Chipotle, every single time I order it, even if I watch them prepare it, by the time I get it to my table, it's freezing cold.
Yes.
Maybe that's my ingredients. I have sour cream. I do
That
like
could be it.
salsas. Maybe that cools it down. But
Now, if you had to choose one topping,
topping.
you have beef, you have your meat choice, you have your cheese choice, and you
Yes.
get one topping
okay,
for the rest of your life, what topping are you taking?
and you don't want to consider rice, right?
Yeah, rice is a part of the burrito. It's not a topping.
What about beans?
Beans are part of the burrito.
Okay.
I'm
Truly,
talking about cheese, lettuce, pico, guac.
I have to tell you this, and this is gonna freak you
salsa.
out. Oh my God, Kevin rips one right short of Cole and makes a single, and wow, Scott went for home even though he was not even at third when that was at the pitcher's mound.
You know, that's funny, but let's get back to the burritos.
The thing that people really want to hear.
Continue.
The thing that I'm gonna do and freak out all the listeners and all of the people that are listening is that sour cream is my one topping that
Sour
I can't do
cream.
without. Yes, I used to hate sour cream until about 2 years ago, and now it's essential to every taco I have.
You know, that's a solid choice, and I think a lot of people might actually agree with you.
Really,
I think you didn't ask, but I'm just going to tell you anyways.
I wasn't to that point yet. Hey, what topping would you have for
I
life?
think the topping I would choose for life would be guacamole.
Interesting.
Love guacamole.
Can I be
Love.
can I be honest with you, Spencer?
Please be honest.
I did not even consider guacamole. If I'm considering guacamole, it is absolutely my number one as well.
Guacamole. You put guacamole in any burrito, and you really have yourself a good, delicious burrito.
That's absolutely true, Spencer. Let me tell you something that changed my life. I got a mortar and pestle.
What is that?
It's a large stone bowl with a stone.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and
I
you
have
use
one
it
of
to
those.
make your own guacamole.
Yes.
And as Jackson takes a walk and loads the bases for the captain and big man, Scott Boyd.
Yeah, I call him Big Man too.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the burritos.
Yeah.
So, are you a standard
Oh, no.
queso guy, or
Oh, wow. Wow.
yeah, yeah?
He made it halfway. He was past the dirt. He was past the dirt.
Oh, he's for sure out.
Scott was
Scott.
Scott, you're out. He was past the dirt. He makes it home.
Yeah,
And there's already.
I knew it was
we
gonna
knew there'd be controversy.
predicted
in
this
game.
before the
Dirt
game.
doesn't matter.
We
Dirt
knew
doesn't matter because it pushes through the force, right?
we knew this was controversy, and we're starting to get it already. That was actually kind of a small dust up. I promise you that will be one much worse than this. What inning is this?
First inning.
This is the first inning. Okay, so there'll be 5 more of those,
Yes.
increasing in magnitude until we get our annual SWBL fist fight.
Yes, and all that is
Wow.
very interesting. But
Uh-oh.
okay, home run by Sam. Who cares? Let's get back to the burritos. So,
Yes, of course.
Cool, thanks.
do you
Baltimore
are,
line.
are you one that
Yeah.
likes
Yeah.
the
So fun as
white
always.
rice, or do you like the brown
next
rice?
year, right?
White rice.
Me too.
Never even had brown rice, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
I'm never gonna try it.
I'm a white rice guy. I'm a light bean guy.
Yes.
I barely even like beans. Maybe I guess the black beans. I'll have a little bit just because of the protein.
Yes, one thing that I am now currently realizing is that I believe the listeners don't have the current score or inning of this game, so I think we should maybe do a better job of updating that. So I'm
It's
going
4-0.
to
It's 4-0 Yankees.
4-0 Yankees in the top of the second. Is that correct?
It's
Top, bottom of the first.
Bottom of the first, 4-0.
Bottom of the first, 4-0 Yankees. We promise you we will do a better job of doing that going forward, although we will get back to the burrito talk.
Yeah. And are you one that likes to get it to go, or would you prefer to eat it at the store itself?
Well, as Kevin grounds out to first and ends the bottom of the first, we head to the top of the second. The score is 4-0 Yankees. Spencer, I can't do my entire routine with my burrito in the store. I have to take it home, I have to wrap it up, and then I have to put it on the cast iron skillet to toast it all around. That's the only way in which I can do that. So I do take it home.
Interesting.
Yeah, what's your favorite meat on your burrito, sir?
Oh, I get ground beef. Occasionally, I'll do steak if I'm feeling frisky.
I like ground beef a lot. You know what? Can I tell you what I like about it?
Tell me.
I like the fact that you know what you're getting. With steak, sometimes you can get some fatty stuff. With chicken, you never know, you get some gristle. But you get ground beef, you're gonna be.
You know what I like about it?
What?
When you take a bite of that burrito with ground beef in it, you're not gonna be pulling anything else out with it. You just bite it, and that's the bite.
I've never been more proud of your opinion in my entire life.
If you get steak, you're kind of fighting. It's like fight or flight.
That's 100% right. As Keaton leads off with a dribbler to.
Boy, I
Scott.
gotta tell you, this is not looking good for the Astros. They are
isn't.
not putting any batted balls on Jackson.
I think it's very underrated, the type of weight that you feel on you when you let up a 3-4 run home run or have a 5-run inning against you. It's just very. As John Callaway swings at a wide one. John Callaway knows Jackson just about better than anybody in this league, I think. I think he knows all the pitches he's got. But he hasn't faced him that often. Yeah.
What do you think Jackson's favorite burrito topping would be?
I
guess not really even topping, but just extra ingredient.
Wow, that's 2 outs. We head to the bottom of the second. The score is 4-0 Yankees. I actually talked with Jackson about this earlier, and he is a carnitas man.
What is carnitas?
Don't know. Oh no, sorry, I apologize. Sofritas.
What is fritas?
It's sofritas is fried tofu. Fried tofu in little. It seems like ground pork kind of.
That is disgusting.
It's very delicious. It's plant based. Is it disgusting to be climate conscious?
Yes.
Okay. Overruled. Jackson steps up to the
You know
plate
what
to
I say
start the
about
bottom
climate
of the second,
change?
And Jackson just takes it so yard. Can I tell you something honestly, Spencer? I saw that ball coming in and I knew it was going to be gone. That increases the lead 5-0 Yankees in the bottom of the second. This Yankees team looks like they're hitting on all cylinders. You just don't want to face them when they get the 3 tallest, besides me, guys in the league all up against each other. They can hit anything, up, down, around. They can reach any ball you throw. Oh, and they're making a pitching change for the Astros. We've just noticed Cam Smith comes in, and he immediately throws a strike. You can hear that banging at the strike zone. Oh my Lord, he is dealing.
He's filling up the zone.
He is hitting the strike zone nonstop. He won't stop, and that's a third in a row. I heard it. Cam Smith.
He's got a lot of work to do.
How did he do this year on stats-wise? Can you break that down for us?
Color the top of
I have
the
no
wall
idea.
all the way along there.
And that great analysis
One
brought
big
to you by
giant rainbow.
Spencer Bogad.
Brought to you by Coleman Sleeping Bags. We all want to go to sleep.
I camped the other day. It was a horrible experience. I don't think I'm going to go
You
back
camped?
for quite some time. Yes.
I love camping.
I thought I was going to as well, but it was just.
You know what
really
we do
bad
when we go
night's sleep.
camping?
What do you do?
We make burritos.
That's called glamping.
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 No, glamping.
You're glamour camping because
No,
you're
we make
eating delicious
burritos.
burritos.
Yeah, we harvest the land around us and make burritos out of it. We use leaves as the
Interesting.
tortilla.
Something on my bucket list is to
Find crickets as the protein.
Come here. I'm gonna show you where,
make
to, where you,
tacos from
where you
scratch
gotta do your
when
painting.
I'm out camping, including mixing up the wheat and flour and cooking that up on a hot rock.
That sounds awful. That really sounds awful.
Does it really?
Yeah.
You think that cooking your own tacos from scratch on the side of a river
camp-
by a fire?
Yes.
You mean, does it sound awful to do or
Yes.
to experience?
To do.
Okay, yeah, well, you are not a cooker. I cook. I love cooking. What is your favorite hobby?
I don't know, I'm kind of over doing play-by-play, so let's
Interesting.
hope Kevin will move out of the way so we can see the pitches coming in. I don't know if he will, but
Kevin,
one can hope and one can pray.
Scott hits one to the right, and he's certainly safe. He's certainly safe. That's for sure safe. That's anybody arguing differently has a biased
He was
opinion.
safe.
And
John's arguing it.
yeah,
I told you it's going to be John Scott.
yeah. Yeah, so the score right now is 5-0 Yankees, and
Sounds right.
it seems as though you've
wanna
moved.
sub in for me?
Spencer,
We have a guest appearance into the booth.
Spencer's given the lowest effort to a broadcast ever done, and it's in the playoffs.
Family's here.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
This is why I suggested that you not do this in the beginning and said I'd bring somebody else in, but it's okay. It's up to you.
So Edlo, tell me,
Uh-oh.
are
We
you
have a scorekeeping... Okay, we're going back on. Sorry.
when it comes to Cheetos,
Yes, sir.
hot Cheetos, regular Cheetos,
I
sandwich
prefer
ball down the right field line,
Sandbacula. Uh-oh, they bobbled it. Oh,
and
wow.
Scott makes it to third base, man on first and third.
Because
Kevin
I-
Pulley up to bat.
I like regular Cheetos. In my household, there's always hot Cheetos, flaming Cheetos, and hot fries. But I just like a regular old good bag of orange Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like licking my fingers afterwards, and that's my favorite thing to do. What about you?
Do you remember when we were in middle school?
I don't. I was extremely drunk every day.
And at lunch, you can get the cup of nacho cheese.
I do.
Do you remember a population of
I do. All of the
Parkway
sixth
South-
graders, yes.
Parkway South Middle School?
The sixth graders like to
The
dunk
sixth
their-
graders love to dip the Flamin' Hot Cheetos into the cheese, nacho cheese. And I tried it once, and boy, it was good.
Really?
It was good.
That's crazy you say that because I vividly do remember that. And I know I never tried it because it just seemed like it would be so bad. But I'm not that adventurous of an eater.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I have a friend who likes to dip her chocolate chip cookies in nacho cheese, which at that point is just insane, and she should be maybe mentally evaluated, but
Chocolate
that's
chip
okay.
cookies and nacho cheese.
She swears
I guess
by
a
it,
little
yes.
savory and sweet.
I guess, I don't know. I think you could mix any two, and the score is 5-0 in the bottom of the second. The Yankees are leading currently. I think you
Yes.
can mix any two foods.
6-0 actually.
It's 6-0. The
Yes.
Yankees are leading in the bottom of the second. You can mix any two foods and find somebody who will swear by it being delicious, even though it's not. As we see Kevin Pulley strike out for the first out of the bottom of the second.
So I wasn't here for the first inning. Can you? What happened in the first inning?
So so Spencer and I had already predicted that there would be controversy. These teams have their own lightning rods,
Sure.
And there's no shortage of close calls in these playoff games. And the first inning we had a couple calls that looked like they were very close, and the Yankees capitalized and they hit a home run, and they got a 3-run home run along with a couple solos,
Wow.
and have brought them to 6-0. And let me tell you what, after the first top of the inning, and there was a call, the Astros just seemed deflated.
Morale was low.
Yes, as John makes a second out at the bottom of the second, the score is 6-0 Yankees as we head into the third.
Yeah.
Right.
So the hope is, they just need some base runners, and as you know, it is hard to come back from when you are from more than 6 or 7 runs with just hitting solo home runs.
Yes.
Those big home runs really propel your team. If there's 2 runners on base, 1 runner on base, those solo home runs aren't as valuable for your team.
That's right, and it's something about the playoffs is that even 2, 3, 4 runs sometimes just seems insurmountable.
Yeah.
You get like a big inning, you get a 7-run against you in the first or second, and it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, and historically over the past few years, playoff games have been very low-scoring games. So we'll see if this stays in the low scoring.
Right. It would be very interesting to see the scores and runs
Break
allowed
one.
as an out to start the bottom of the third.
The top of the third. Yeah, Cam Smith grounds out to Scott Pulley, makes a nice play, and flips it to Jackson Crosley.
Is right. Yankees lead 6-0. I think it'd be interesting to see the final rankings and how many runs they let up per game. See if there's a trend between the top 3 or 4 teams and runs scored or runs allowed. You know what I mean? Because I bet you if you looked at it,
Interesting.
these are the best teams in the playoffs at the end, right?
Yeah, they have to be.
They all have their stud pitcher that's going to pitch.
Wow. And Jackson Crosley 1-2 gets out of it. Cole Layton grounds out to Scott Pulley and again flips it to Jackson Crosley.
You got to think that this is starting to become
Only 4 more outs for the Astros.
a real. As we head in the bottom of the third, the Yankees lead 6-0. I realized that after 2 innings, Spencer and I had not said the score or the inning or how many outs.
So
and
now we repeat it all the time now.
Yes, and I
So-
know that people are probably watching this, and I had some feedback last year that people were watching the live score and live stream and had no idea what was going on.
Yes, yeah.
But they loved the burrito talk, so we've doubled down on burrito talk.
Ah.
Yeah, Spencer and I went through burrito orders, and
So burritos from where? Is it, or is it just in general burritos?
We went over that as well. It's
Okay.
we both prefer Qdoba.
Really?
But I eat much more Chipotle.
Because I guess it depends on what part of the country you're in. So if you're in California,
That's correct.
have you ever had California burrito
No.
with French fries and the burrito?
No.
Oh, it is just wonderful. I was
Interesting.
I was in LA and San Diego and had one in both places, and that's the reason why I want to go back.
Oh wow. Okay. I think LA
It's
has
not the weather; it's the burritos.
Yeah. I think LA has a diverse food groups that would like to try all types of their restaurants and chains. I mean, everybody knows In-N-Out.
Yep, In and Out, of course.
Scott pops to camp for the first out at the bottom of the third.
When I was also there, I had ramen, so like legit ramen,
Real, like
from
authentic.
LA. Oh, and I've never had something like that before, and
Yeah.
it was wonderful.
Making me hungry, sir. I also heard, as you know, actually, Sam Backer, who's up to the plate, lives in LA currently, and he
Yes,
said
he
that
does.
the sushi is just phenomenal. Are you a big sushi guy?
I am. It's raw fish kind of freaks me out a little bit, but
Sure.
I do love a good cooked sushi.
Ooh. Yeah, it's my favorite meal. I think if you're gonna have a group of friends from out of town or anything like that, going to get sushi and some sake, and I think it's just a very fun communal dining experience. It's one of my favorite things to do. Which I found out after 4 years of dating that my wife doesn't like sushi, and we've been to like maybe sushi
Really?
like 30 times. Yes, so it's like
And she
okay.
didn't tell you until recently.
That's
Wow.
correct. Yes. Oh, Sam Bakula swings and misses. It looks like he's getting little stingers in his hand. I don't know if we've had any.
Off his foot, maybe.
He didn't. They're asking him if it hit his foot, but he ran all the way to first. He ran all the way to first, and if Sam would have claimed there that it
Yes.
did hit his foot, that would have been.
If Sam right away would have said it hit his foot, everybody would have believed him, but he kept running.
What would have been funnier is if he kept running and then claimed that it did hit his foot.
And then no one would believe him.
Nope, and people would be very upset. This is heading into the top of the fourth. There's 6 outs left for the Astros, and they're
4 outs left for the Astros.
And by 6, what I really meant is 4.
We
as
do play
everybody
5-inning
knows.
games, and it is 2 outs per inning.
That is correct. So
That's
they're
the unique rules of the SWBL.
Yes.
There's only 2 outs. The count is an 8-3 count.
Gus, have there been any real changes in the pipeline? Maybe thinking about for season 20, making a big splash in the new year.
There has been some talk about even possibly getting rid of the first pitch strike rule, actually.
Wow.
With this becoming more of a pitcher's league
Yes.
over the past few years. Speeds creeping closer to the 55-mile-an-hour limit. Hitting has been down. So giving that pitchers less of an advantage, giving hitters, because we are a hitter league here
That's
at the SWBL as Keaton Adams strikes out.
Astros have 3 outs remaining to turn this thing around, and this is the guy who they won up to hit.
This is the guy. He has been the fire for them this year.
Yes.
So a big single or home run here would lift their spirits for sure.
Yes, but sorry, Gus, continue with the rule changes. Oh my gosh.
As John Callaway grounds out.
Wow. We're in the bottom of the 4th now.
And this is a speeding along.
Things are really starting to become dire. The Astros have the top of the 5th left here to try and get something on the board, and their big guy just got out. And that big guy meaning best player.
Yes.
Yankees
so 2
do
outs.
lead 6-0.
They do, in the bottom of the 4th.
So for you of us joining at home, the Yankees have pretty much been in cruise control this entire time. Jackson hasn't even had to really do anything but just field little dribblers, and the Astros, I think, are starting to feel the heat.
Yep.
Wow.
So Brian, their
Audacious grab
captain,
there.
grabs the ball as it was coming back.
It may have been coming back, but we will live to never know. Oh, gosh, Kevin really has
So
a...
if the Yankees at low score
Yes.
1 run, that will give them a 7. And in the top of the 5th inning, the away team can only score up to the amount to tie.
Got it.
So that is a unique rule with our league because it is a 7-run limit.
Right.
So the Yankees are in a very, very good spot right now.
You know,
He strikes out.
wow. That's 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. The Yankees lead 6-0. I think if the Astros are eliminated here, Who is that remaining in the playoffs now? That would be the Yankees.
The Yankees, if they win this game, they will be in the finals.
That's exactly what I meant to say, and I knew that. If this is happening here and the Astros do get eliminated, that means the entire league really has only young teams remaining.
Yes.
And I decipher and I change the difference. Young teams are just not the Expos
And
not the
Rockies
Astros, not the
and-
Rockies. Yes.
Yep.
And
Brewers.
And the Brewers. Yes, the Rockies are like all 1 year older than us.
As
but-
Jackson Crosley grounds out, and as it takes us to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Astros have to get hot.
Yes, the score right now currently is Yankees 6, Astros 0. Big fat stinking 0 right now, and Astros need to really, really do it here. Gus, do you think that this bottom of the inning is do or die for the Astros?
It absolutely is, although it
Yes.
is a do or die situation.
Yeah.
This is the best the Astros have ever played in a season. It would be just a bummer to see them
Right.
lose,
It
and
would.
especially if they don't score any runs.
That's absolutely right. I think their fate from potentially going winless in last season and even the season before that to all of a sudden being a playoff team, maybe not giving necessarily a great performance here against the Yankees, who are a perennial playoff team, but just showing up, getting that experience, getting
Yes.
the
Yeah,
nervousness
absolutely.
of the playoffs out of them will certainly help next year. And I really do think the Astros will be back.
Yep.
Oh, he's safe at first.
He was safe.
He's safe.
And
at
he was
first.
safe at first.
He's safe at first, and I'm ready for this powder keg to explode. So this is life here. This is life for the Astros. A couple more runners, and all of a sudden,
It is.
Jackson's going to start sweating. And as you know, Jackson sweating underneath that hair is a disaster. That thing gets, Cole Layton hits it to front, and Jackson stops it before going into the circle.
Yes. Well done, Jackson. Stops it from being a single, a little bloop single.
And that's a really smart heads-up play from the veteran pitcher. What's the number one adjective you use to describe Jackson's pitching style?
Just crafty, and
I like that.
he has. I've once asked Jackson how many pitches he has. He said he has 11 pitches.
It's a foul ball. That is just ridiculous.
A ridiculous amount. And he has actually 10 different arm slots that he throws from.
He has two different arms as well.
And he named
Oh no!
he named all of his pitches to me once. Actually, it was last week when we were hanging out talking about the weekend, and I think the names of these were a little bit odd. How he worded them, but as Cole Layton
Cole
smacks
takes it to
one,
right field.
and it is gone.
Oh,
That is a 2-run homer.
Hard slam into the right field fence. Kevin is
Unfortunately
not-
for the Astros, they're still down 4 runs, but there's life, isn't there,
Wow.
though?
Yes, they broke that 0, and this is their first ever runs in the playoff. That's congratulations, Astros. Let's see if Keaton can keep it going. Keaton Adams here. The score is 6-2 Yankees in the top of the 5th here, and this is the Astros' last chance. They have no outs,
Yes.
and they have life. Keaton Adams is a very underrated player.
Keaton Adams is. And look at these socks. What is on Keaton Adams' sock? Can you see? Are they little pineapples, maybe?
They could possibly be pineapples. They also maybe look like they are pineapples. I'm confirming that. As Keaton rips one foul left, I'm confirming that they are pineapples. Because you are a weird sock guy, I think those
Yes.
probably get you very excited.
Yeah, just a little too excited, actually, because I don't have any pineapple socks.
Gus, these are not weird socks that I'm currently wearing, but they are my favorite soccer team. I'm supporting my favorite soccer
Who's your
team.
favorite soccer team?
The Tottenham Hotspurs.
Is that in the United States?
It is
or
an English football
English-
team. Yes,
okay.
they're in the Premier League.
English
and
football,
and they are
as you
incredibly
would say.
frustrating to watch play soccer because they're bad. Keaton Adams
Grounds out to Jackson Crosley. They are down to their last out.
This is who they want up to continue this game.
Yes.
Is they want John Callaway.
Yes, they do.
John Callaway knows Jackson. Top of the 5th, by the way. The score is 6-2 Yankees.
Astros are down 4 runs. It's John Callaway.
Callaway goes for the
Big
first
swing.
pitch. I think you and I both saw that ball halfway to the plate, knew that he'd be at least offering it that.
Yeah, my back sat up straight on that one.
Yes. Somebody should let John know his batting gloves are not fastened properly.
Maybe that's why he's been getting out this game. I'm not sure. Another great pitch by Jackson. The Astros are down to their final strike.
John Callaway is ready to swing. I love that about him.
As John
Callaway
Callaway
goes
rips
the
one
opposite
to left
field.
field, and it is gone.
It's that is what he does, folks. He keeps games alive. The
They
score
have-
right now is 6-3 Yankees in the top of the fifth.
They've
And
cut the lead in half.
They've cut the lead in half in just a matter of seconds. Cam Smith looking to continue this game and continue the Astros' life in the playoffs.
As
He
Cam
takes
Smith
one
knocks
right.
one,
That's
and it is
floating. That's
gone.
floating. I can't believe this, Gus. In the blink of an eye, the score is 6-4. The Yankees lead top of the fifth.
And there is life. The
Big,
Astros are pumped. They feel it.
Big Cole's up. He needs to continue. His last at bat, if you remember, was a home run to right field. And his
As he
second
grounds
at bat
out.
is a ground out,
And
that is
the
it.
game is over. The Yankees are your
Divisional champions leading to the playoffs. They're in the championship, folks.
They made it to the championship, and good luck to them in the finals. Edlo, you are playing next for the Twins,
I am.
and I am playing next for the Royals. The winner of that game will be facing the Yankees in the 2019 season, 2021 season 19 SWBL finals.
Yes. Thank you all for being with us as the Yankees win 6-4 and go to their second finals in last
See you
3
soon.
years.
Bye.